Hospice of the Fisher Home in Amherst has been providing end-of-life care for patients and their families for a decade. They offer home services, but they also have a residence for patients. Last year, a fire damaged the home, forcing them to close down for several months. This winter, with the help of many volunteers and donors, the nonprofit was able to reopen. Connecting Point correspondent Carolee McGrath sat down with Executive Director Elisabeth Weisbach and Norma Palazzo, the spiritual counselor, to learn more.
A night that will live in infamy, July 22nd, 2016. We, who were not there, got an emergency call from the home where there was a nurse and 2 certified nursing assistants on duty who very quickly just said, we have an emergency, we've had a fire. So we, those who were not there, rushed to the building and found the building surrounded by police cars and fire engines and ambulances. Staff was there, had come in, had heard about it. What I found within, let's say, 20 minutes of the time of the call was that all the patients, there were 6 in the home at the time, were on gurneys on the lawn. It was luckily not raining. There had been a microburst in the area that evening.
Oh my gosh.
And what had happened is that the thinking is there's a vent from the kitchen that was up on the roof, and we believe that was struck by lightning and consequently caused a fire in the attic. It's a 1-story, by the way, ranch building, L-shaped. And the fire burned for a very short time. The main damage came from the very powerful sprinkler system that we had installed, and the result of that was that the ceilings all caved in that night and the next day. Meanwhile, the patients on the gurneys, 2 of them were put in ambulances, 4 were able to be still outside, and the staff, the 3 were fine. Everybody was fine. The staff was...
And I think the important thing about it was that one of the things we do best at the Fisher Home in our in-house program and in our homes is that we have spontaneous things that happen right. that we have to handle. Right. And even though it was a fire, our staff and everybody just came and pulled together.
You were closed for a few months.
6.
6 months. How important was it for you to be back up and running again and working with families? Tell us a little bit about that.
I think the thing that was really surprising, we know how important we are. I always feel like hospice is a special way of caring for end of life. And we're the only hospice residents in Western Mass. And it made us realize all the phone calls that we were getting of people who really needed our services weren't able to get them. And I think that was very, very hard for us in realizing how needed we are in this area.
And when you talk about some of the services that you offer, counseling in particular, bereavement, and the spiritual counseling, nobody wants to think about this.
Right.
And then when you're going through it, though, to have somebody to talk to, you know, what are families saying to you?
Well, what happens at end of life is our physical world gets smaller and smaller, and the person we are on the inside kind of gets bigger and bigger. And our culture isn't a culture that really supports the deathing, dying process. And so it's being able to be in that very difficult space and bearing witness to what these people are going through. And a lot of times what they are asking is, what's going to happen? What is it going to be like, you know, while I'm dying, and what is it going to be like after I die? Is there a place that I'm going to go to? And so it's really helping them to explore inside what gives them strength and what gives them peace. And sometimes it's just sitting there holding their hand, and sometimes it's hearing their life stories, sometimes it's hearing about the things that they wanted to accomplish that they didn't, some of the mistakes that they made, and just normalizing that this process is a normal process and that you're not going to do it alone, and that we're going to give you the support that you need.
And one of the the services that you asked about, Carolee, we do have services that we provide in patients' homes.
As well, which is more of the traditional model for
Yes,
hospice.
that is the traditional model
Yep.
for hospice in this entire area. And so that program enabled us to employ our staff after the fire, and the program grew because people, as they kept calling us for residential services, found out we had this other program, which was not as well known. So now it has become known, and now we have a staff fully employed to take care of those patients. And on February 1st, all the staff that had been doing that also came back to the home, very relieved and very happy, because 6 months of being displaced and fractured for the administrative staff as well as the clinical staff was very, very difficult. But the beauty of the Fisher home is there is this, I don't know what to call it, this feeling in all of us that it is important above all. The calling is so strong.
Elisabeth and Norma, thank you so much for coming in and sharing with us about the Fisher home, what you went through, and now you're back and open again. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.